All right, feeling a bit more like mid-October out there today after 10 days or so of temperatures way above average. Cooled off a little bit out there today. Our high temperature in Flagstaff 62, 61, the average for this time of year. And after a couple early mornings of temperatures in the upper 30s and low 40s, a cold night out there last night, early morning low at 26 degrees. Look at the rest of the almanac. Really not a lot shaking out there. Pretty dull. Taking a look at statewide high temperatures. More of a cool down as expected across the northern quadrant of the state, because once that northerly breeze gets off the Mogollon Rim and starts getting the lower elevations, not as much of a cooling effect. So if you take a look at Prescott, for instance, 76 today, which is a whole 14 degrees warmer than Flagstaff. Usually they run more around 10 degrees warmer than Flagstaff. 79 in Sedona today, Payson 77, Winslow 72, and Hopi 71 degrees. Grand Canyon 64. Everybody's high temperature is very near average for this time of year, except for the southern portion of the state where temperature is still running well above average. We switch it over to the satellite. Mostly clear skies across Arizona. You can just barely see some of these very thin cirrus high clouds rolling in at the very southern end of this whole trough of low pressure that's impacting mainly the northern intermountain states. Just as you notice, not a lot happening in Colorado, some precipitation and snow up in the mountains of Wyoming. Yet this is where all the cold air resides here in the Intermountain West, and of course that brings this area of high pressure due to the cold air behind a cold front that's moving through. Remember, cold air, denser, higher pressure. And then down in the desert, as we talked about this a little bit yesterday, we still have warm temperatures, rising air, lower pressure, and the atmosphere wants to redistribute the mass. So we have this cold air draining from high to low pressure, chillier up in the northern portion of the state, and it's kind of a warm wind as you get into the southern portion of the state. That air compresses and heats up via compression, so that's why they don't see the cooler, chilly northeasterly breeze south of the Mogollon Rim in this type of situation. So we look at the current temperatures out there and notice just the colors show you that this is where the cold air resides, and it's just draining off of the mountains and off the Colorado Plateau. Currently, or this is the 5 o'clock temperature, I shouldn't say currently, but Phoenix was still at 91 degrees at 5 o'clock, 54 up in Salt Lake City. So the cooler air kind of in the northern tiered states, still warm in the southern tiered states. For us overnight tonight, I think our northerly breeze actually increases a little bit, so a breezy overnight, particularly for us up on the Coconino Plateau. Early morning low forecast 34 degrees. If there wasn't a breeze, we would crash and see temperatures in the low 20s in Flagstaff, but I think the breeze is what's going to keep us well mixed. The strongest of the wind will be right around sunrise and early morning tomorrow, kind of an early morning windy setup, and then the wind will diminish through the day. A little bit warmer out there tomorrow, 65 degrees, sunrise at 6:38, and statewide temperatures 77 Sedona tomorrow, 78 Prescott, and Phoenix 96 degrees. A great example of that compressional heating with that northerly wind, because we're still under a light northeasterly breeze as we make our way through the day tomorrow. Payson 79 degrees. All right, the extended forecast, gradual warming trend going into the weekend. We do turn breezy with increasing clouds over the weekend, but temperature is very, very pleasant, and it looks like some moisture makes its way in early next week with some decent chances of some rain showers and thunderstorms Monday and possibly continuing into Tuesday.